Stop what you're doing. Seriously. Clickbait? Maybe. But I promise you, the truth about Jason Statham is stranger, tougher, and 10 times more insane than any plotline they've ever written for him. You think you know the bald, brooding action hero? Think again. The man is a walking, talking paradox, a former black market hustler turned Olympic-level athlete turned fashion model who then decided to become the biggest self-made action star on the planet. This isn't just trivia. This is the blueprint for a life so wild it's gonna break your perception of Hollywood success. Get ready, because these aren't just 10 facts. They're 10 shockwaves that prove the guy on screen is terrifyingly real. The first shock: he was an Olympic-level diver for 12 years. Forget a quick montage of training. This wasn't a hobby. Jason Statham was a member of Great Britain's national diving squad for over a decade. He competed for England at the 1990 Commonwealth Games in 3 different events. Picture that perfectly honed, ruthless physique you see in Crank or The Meg. It wasn't built in a Hollywood gym. It was forged in an Olympic standard pool, perfecting terrifyingly precise somersaults and twists off the high board. That discipline, that body control, that willingness to launch himself into the unknown, that's not acting school. That's a 12-year athletic career. And it's the secret sauce behind every single real-life stunt he does. If you can master a reverse tuck off a 10-meter platform, fighting 3 guys in a shipping container, it's just Tuesday. The second shock: he was discovered while selling fake goods on the black market. Yes, the guy who plays a street-smart con artist in his breakthrough movie, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, was literally doing that job for real. Before fame, he was working his father's local market stalls and selling knockoff perfumes and dodgy jewelry on the streets of London just to make ends meet. He was a genuine hustler, a proper blue-collar rogue. Director Guy Ritchie didn't cast him for his acting chops. He cast him because the man was the character. His life was the research. He got plucked from the obscurity of the street market, not from a theater stage. This authenticity is his billion-dollar brand. The third shock: he was a French Connection model in the 90s. The toughest man in modern cinema, the grim-faced anti-hero? Yeah, he was a fashion model. Statham was picked up by a sports modeling agency while training and quickly landed gigs for major brands like French Connection. He had the rugged good looks and the physique, but it's the hilarious contrast that makes this fact gold. Imagine the guy who survives a plane crash in a sunken truck modeling a nice pair of chinos. The very same modeling job, the height of soft corporate image, is what incidentally led him to Guy Ritchie, completing the bizarre circuit from professional athlete to street vendor to model to movie star. You cannot make this up. The fourth shock: he almost died on the set of The Expendables 3. This wasn't a minor slip-up. While filming in Bulgaria, Statham was driving a 3-ton truck when the brakes failed and the vehicle plunged off a cliff and into the Black Sea. He was trapped. But remember the diving? He credits his years as an expert diver for saving his life. He managed to escape the submerged truck, swim to the surface, and survive a near-fatal accident that would have finished almost anyone else. The fact that the most terrifying stunt of his career was one he didn't plan for and survived it using his pre-fame skills is pure, unadulterated legend. The fifth shock: he doesn't believe in acting for action films. Statham is famously self-aware of his craft, or lack thereof, in the traditional sense. He once said something to the effect of, "You ain't ever gonna get an Academy Award for doing Crank, and you certainly won't for doing all the other movies I've done." He's not being humble, he's being honest. He sees himself as a physical performer whose value is in the execution of genuine difficult action, not the delivery of flowery dialogue. He's the opposite of a pretentious Hollywood star, and that down-to-earth, I just do what I'm good at attitude is why he connects with millions. The sixth shock: his martial arts skills are the real deal. When you see him fighting, that's not a choreographed dance taught to an actor. Statham has serious lifelong training in multiple disciplines: Wing Chun Kung Fu, kickboxing, karate, he holds a black belt, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, he holds a purple belt. He's not just a guy who hits the gym. He's a martial artist. This depth of skill is why his fight scenes have a raw, visceral edge that other movie fights lack. He understands the mechanics of pain and movement deeply. The seventh shock. He is an unwavering advocate for stunt performers and blasts poncy actors. Because he does his own stunts and truly respects the craft, Statham is one of the loudest voices pushing for the Academy Awards to recognize stunt professionals with their own Oscar category. In a blistering, viral quote, he advocated for stuntmen, calling them the unsung heroes. They're risking their necks, and then you've got poncy actors pretending like they're doing the stunts. He's calling out the phoniness of his entire industry and doing it from a pedestal built on his own genuine bravery, a viral quote machine. The eighth shock. He was almost a professional football player. Before diving took over his life, Statham played football with his childhood friend, the legendary Vinnie Jones. Yes, the guy who co-starred with him in Lock, Stock, and Snatch wasn't just a friend, he was his early life sports companion. The idea of these two British hardmen growing up side by side playing football, only to be reunited years later by a fledgling filmmaker who needed two toughs for his breakout movie, is just perfect cinematic destiny. The ninth shock. His body fat dropped from 20% to 6% in 6 weeks for Death Race. To get ready for the intense physicality of Death Race, Statham went through a brutal, almost unbelievable training regimen. He went from a healthy, fit 20% body fat down to a ripped, contest-ready 6% in a month and a half. He was reportedly on a diet of nothing but raw vegetables for a period, showcasing a ferocious mental discipline that is far beyond the typical actor's get fit contract clause. That level of dedication is what truly separates him from the pack. It's the athlete's mindset, not the actor's. The 10th shock. He was a voice actor in a Shakespearean animated movie. After years of playing gravel-voiced, ultra-serious killers, Statham lent his distinct, rough voice to a children's animated movie about garden gnomes. He voiced the character of Tybalt in Romeo and Juliet. This fact is so random, so completely out of character with his whole hardman persona that it cracks the entire facade, reminding us that behind the machine-like efficiency and steely glare, there's a guy who just loves making movies, even the utterly absurd ones. It's the final, perfect piece of the puzzle that is Jason Statham, the former Olympic diver, black market trader, and fashion model who in the middle of an action movie dynasty became a voice-acting garden gnome. You cannot make this up. Now, go share this. Everyone needs to know the absolute madness that is Jason Statham's real life. This isn't Hollywood magic. This is pure, unscripted chaos.